In this video, we're going to describe the aspects and uses of different types of arguments from Unit 1D. Let's go ahead and get started. Summarize the differences between deductive and inductive arguments. Give an example of each type. So a conclusion is formed by generalizing a set of specific premises. For an inductive argument, an inductive argument can only be analyzed in terms of its strength, whether it's a weak induction or a strong induction, and it cannot prove its conclusion true. At best, it shows that its conclusion is probably true. And which of the following are properties of deductive arguments? It can be valid even when its conclusion is blatantly false. A specific conclusion is deduced from a set of more general or equally general premises. That's C. And E, it can be analyzed in terms of its validity and soundness. If it is valid if its conclusion follows necessarily from its premises, it is sound if it is valid and its premises are true. So, which of the following examples is an example of an inductive argument? That would be -2 times 3 is -6, -3 times 1 is -3, -4 times 2 is -8, and a conclusion, the product of a negative number and a positive number is negative. So that's D. Which of the following are examples of deductive arguments? Select all that apply. The premise that no country is an island, Iceland is a country, therefore Iceland is not a country. Also, the premise it is if a figure is a triangle, then it has 3 sides. Squares have 4 sides, therefore squares are not triangles. So that's C. Let's go on to number 2 here. Briefly explain the idea of strength and how it applies to inductive arguments, and can an inductive argument prove its conclusion true? Can an inductive argument be valid? Can it be sound? So the correct answer here is C. Strength is how compelling an inductive argument is. A strong argument makes a compelling case for its conclusion. However, an inductive argument cannot be proved true, so it cannot be valid or sound. Number 3, briefly explain the ideas of validity and soundness and how they apply to deductive arguments. Can a valid deductive argument be unsound? Can a sound deductive argument be invalid? And explain. So which of the following correctly explains the idea of validity? A deductive argument is valid if its conclusion follows necessarily from its premises. And which of the following correctly explains the idea of soundness? A deductive argument is sound if its conclusion follows necessarily from its premises and its premises are true. So can a valid deductive argument be unsound? Yes. Since the argument's conclusion could follow necessarily from its premises without the premises being true, it can be valid and unsound. Can a sound deductive argument be invalid? No. Since deductive arguments must be valid in order to be sound, there's no such thing as a sound invalid argument. Can inductive logic be used to prove a mathematical theorem? No, since test cases never constitute a proof. How can inductive testing of a mathematical rule be useful? And give an example. When is difficult to remember a particular theorem, trying a few test cases can help to see if the rule works, although it cannot be proved. The rule cannot be true if even one test case fails. All right, and that's it for this video. We'll keep talking about Unit 1D when we come back for our next video. See you for the next video.